Is he on any medication?
None.
Doctor, I think you should see this.
How much?
Why, what is it?
He's got money coming out the wazoo.
What do we have?
Money out the wazoo.
Move this man to a private room.
Out of the way, this man's got money coming out the wazoo.
Does your husband have insurance?
Insurance? He's got money coming out of the wazoo.
Oh.
What is a lender? A lender is an individual, a public group, a private group, or a financial institution that makes funds available to another with the expectation that the funds will be repaid, in addition to any interest and/or fees, either in increments or as a lump sum. Lenders may provide funds for a variety of reasons, such as a mortgage, automobile loan, or small business loan, and the terms of the loan specify how the loan is to be satisfied, over what period, and the consequences of default. Now, qualifying for a loan depends largely on the borrower's credit history. The lender examines the borrower's credit report, which details the names of other lenders extending credit, what types of credit are extended, the borrower's repayment history, and more. The report helps the lender determine whether the borrower is comfortable managing payments based on current employment and income. The lender may also evaluate the borrower's current and new debt compared to before-tax income to determine the borrower's debt-to-income ratio. Lenders may also use the Fair Isaac Corporation FICO score in the borrower's credit report to determine creditworthiness and help make a lending decision. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is TRON. Today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2018, and as you heard from the intro, today talking about EthLend, a lending company, and why I think they are a project for you to look out for, and a project that I am placing some money into, and also a project that I may attempt to utilize this week as well. And so what I've done, and you heard from everyone knows lending has lent $5 to a friend, has gone to a bank for a loan, understands the difficulty, the process, how difficult it is, and just how unfair it can be, and how you are judged, and based on how you are judged can determine your living situation, your lifestyle. So it is a very big part of the world. And so here on Provenir.com, in the history of lending, it goes back since the history of civilizations. There's been lending and trading, and started in ancient Greece and ancient Rome with the pawnbrokers. And basically you still have pawnbrokers today. You take in your guitar, the broker, you think it's worth $300. He negotiates with you. He says $200. You decide, you know what, that's cool. I'll take that $200. And so from there, the pressure's on you. The pawnbroker feels good that he at least has $100 built in, so has a little collateral for his loan, and gives you incentive to, if you believe it's worth $300, to go back and pay that $200. So again, we know that process. That's been going on since ancient Greece, since they were wearing togas and sandals, and still happening today with our cell phones. So my point being is that lending has been with us since the beginning of time. Now, banks were established. There was a period where Christians were forbidden in the Middle Ages for lending due to interest. Jews could lend during that time. Also, and then that's where the banks came from. So it says the benches where money lenders did their business from, giving rise to the word bank, so banca. And banca, we all have maybe some of us, our stomachs turn when we hear the word banca or bank, hence bankrupt, as it says there. There's a history. Through the Middle Ages, 1800s, you had indentured loans where basically you had to work it off. Some of that still happens today in places in the world, but also, again, another way of lending that has taken place in the history of the world. Now, today, when most of us think about lending and when we get that sick, terrible feeling in our stomach when you overdraft your account by a few dollars and get charged 35, well, that system, I would say, began here around in the 18th century with the Rothschilds and when they began their international banking cartel, placing Rothschild's brothers across Europe, creating international banking, and thus fixing the daily gold price. They are the ones who basically have prompted the whole decentralization of finances and the creation of Bitcoin and other types of currencies other than these that are controlled by these bankers. And this has been happening since the 18th century. So 300 years it's been going on. So that's what I think most of us get the negative feeling about loans is coming from, or lending in general, is just because of the unfair advantage that has been placed on the consumer by the oligarchs, the monopoly, the banksters, the Rothschilds. So for every problem, sometimes it may take a little longer, but there always is a solution. It's just the way humans work. We're going to keep going until we find a way if it's a problem that we truly want to solve. And so interest rates, credit reports, there's many articles out there about how people have been denied loans for homes, for automobiles, for businesses, things that could support their lifestyle due to inaccurate information on a credit report by a third-party company. There's 3 different credit reporting agencies. All of them have different information, and all of this has an effect on what these international bankers, how they will deal with you when you come in requesting funds from them. So it's been an unfair system, again, for over 300 years, and it's something that is due to change, in my opinion. And thus, EthLend. Now, EthLend does have some competition. Salt is maybe one that is more well known at the time. EthLend just completed their ICO at the end of 2017, and so just began trading on Binance. Actually, they're on Binance because they were selected as the community coin for the month of December. So they have a nice social following, which is always great, especially with a new project. And so they're just gaining traction right now. Now, Salt again is a little bit bigger, but Salt is more for bigger lenders, maybe those that have several $100,000 in the bank and are looking to get a better interest rate than a CD. They can lend there, but that's more of an accredited lender platform. Here at EthLend, it is a lending for all. I mean, they have loans being issued in for 1/10 of an Ethereum. So it's an opportunity for peer-to-peer lending again, an opportunity for a fair interest rate on your loan if you need a loan for whatever it may be. It gives an opportunity for the regular individual who may be sitting on some extra capital to gain to have that money work a little bit extra for them versus just sitting on the sidelines. So EthLend has a great idea in my opinion, because there will always be a need for lending, and it just doesn't have to be a need for that middleman just raking us over the coals each way that we go. So that's what really has me excited about EthLend. Now, again, you can start lending today. I think I'm going to check this out, but just to give you, now this is one thing about EthLend, and also that the CEO and the management team has stated they do understand that this user interface could use a little bit of assistance. Right now, it's the girl that might not be so attractive but has a wonderful personality, so you definitely want to get to know this one. Check here. Here's a loan that was funded for loan amount 0.98. You see the decimals. Ethereum, and what the person gave was 6,100 Lend tokens. So that is one loan that's there. There's pages and pages and pages. So people are lending US dollars to lend tokens. People I saw, Neo, here's EOS, 3,300 US dollars, and the collateral was 540 EOS. So the way this works is, I think it's brilliant. I think it's going to gain traction, other than if there's any, because banks, they don't like giving up any of their money at all. So there might be some regulatory hurdles to get over. But I think it's wonderful where you can just go at any time. So the example for me that made this make sense is that I'm sitting on a position that I've built up, something that I believe is a long-term position. I don't want to sell my coins, but I see an opportunity that I would truly like to take advantage of. Through this platform, EthLend, I could put my 10,000 coins up for collateral, and I need X amount of, say, Ethereum to go make, that's kind of like margin trading, but to do whatever you would like with, you can use collateral with your coins, receive your loan, pay that loan back prior to the expiration of the loan, meet all the conditions, and you receive back your coins, and hopefully with the money that you borrowed, you were able to recoup enough of a return to not lose money there. So it's a peer-to-peer. Again, it's been with us since the history of man, so I definitely believe this has some going forward value. They do need some. Their roadmap states, that they will be working on the user interface. Right now, you can only lend with ERC20 tokens, Ethereum-based tokens and coins. So coming here in the second quarter of 2018, they will be adding Bitcoin to their platform, and I believe that's just going to open things up exponentially. So keep an eye on this EthLend. It's something that I'm definitely going to be getting involved in, and also something that I plan on trying to utilize just to, again, just test it out and see the functionality and how it works. So I'll definitely be updating you with that information once that's completed. So on to the next one. We're going to go check out some charts, and this is a Coinigy.com, and like I said, I'm new to them. They're giving away a 30-day free trial right now, and so far, I was using some other different charts that I didn't have to pay for, so right now I'm just going through the free trial. But from what I've seen in the first week here of using it, it's something that I'm going to have to sign on for the long term. And in this volatile cryptocurrency market, it's difficult to find the top, difficult to find the bottom if you're trading. Again, if you're a long-term holder, buy the solid management projects that you like, working projects that are going to be released soon. Most importantly, things that you believe in, so that if it does drop down, you'll have the strength, confidence to buy more. Again, holding for the long term. But if you're looking for more of an active role in the crypto market as far as trading, doing it without training wheels is very difficult. It's very easy with the quick moves in the crypto market to lose money. So having some training wheels helps. As you know from my previous videos, I worked in the equity markets as a stockbroker. So we used charts, technical analysis quite often to help us find support and resistance levels. Now, something that's been troubling me, as I get introduced to the cryptocurrency world, is that these companies, these coins, these tokens, they do not report quarterly earnings like an equity, like a stock does. So, Apple, AT&T, what have you, every 3 months they're going to release earnings based on their earnings and based on earnings versus the projections. That's why the price of the stock moves up, higher or lower. anticipation of those earnings also affect the price of the stock. But my point being is that with a stock, you buy based on earnings, like kind of fundamental analysis, and then you also can back it up with the technical analysis. Looking for a way to try to just gauge the cryptocurrency market, the only thing that I'm seeing that is consistent is volatility. And so Coinigy, to me, I think it's a great user interface, and they give you an opportunity to use proven technical charting indicators to help you make better trades if you decide to trade more on a short-term basis. Two of my favorites have always been the Bollinger Bands and Stochastics. And so here on, what do I have up here? Syndicator. I have up at the top, these are the Bollinger Bands. And down here at the bottom, this is what they call stochastics. And so basically with the Bollinger Bands, you see this bottom kind of trending line, and you see this upper, and then this middle, which is the moving average. And so what you want to do when you're looking at just strictly with Bollinger Bands is, if it's up on this upper line, that's looking at it's getting to be in an overbought position. So that's where you'd look to want to sell. So as you see, as it kind of hits, it'll bounce off, bounce off, bounce off. If it comes down to this lower line, that is considered it's oversold and would represent a buying opportunity. And usually it's going to over time bounce, or again, and then the moving average. So right here, as you see, it's going down. It's below this moving average. That's definitely a downturn. So you'd want to hopefully have been getting out up here. You see right here, it's downtrend, but right here, a huge buy that puts it over the 20-day moving average, shoots up there. Could made a little bit of a short-term profit possibly. Again, crosses over, drops back down. You see, so you can kind of get a idea on when to enter or exit a position based on the Bollinger Bands. And so looking at Syndicator here, and I haven't really done a whole lot, but you see how they're tightening, squeezing. It's kind of bouncing off of bounced off of this bottom support line here. And so this one, the trend is down. You see it's below. So this one might not be one that you'd want to get involved in. And to kind of double check yourself, you can use stochastics. And that's what I like, is the stochastics. And what you have here at the bottom, if you can see this line right here, this horizontal line, it says 20. This horizontal line here says 80. So when a stochastic crosses this 20, that means that it is in an oversold position. So that would represent a buying opportunity. When it crosses over the 80, that would represent that it's overbought and would say you sell if you're holding that position. So again, on Syndicator, you see it's here down at the bottom support of the Bollinger Band, but down here on my stochastics, it's showing a downward trend. So even though that it's down here at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, which could indicate, hey, that's an opportunity to buy, the current trajectory is down. So if I was looking to get into this position, I would hold out right here and wait for these numbers to correct or to drop below this 20, which definitely indicates that the position is oversold. As you can see right here, it starts bouncing up. This one right here bounces up a little bit, but you can kind of start catching where the bottom is. And just let's see, for another example, let's look at actually, here's one that just has done some absolutely maddening things. This TRON, let's see, and TRON, see, I haven't looked at this one today, but again, you see here before the run, super tight. And so that tightness, that's a buy signal. In many cases, the tighter, that means that it's on the Bollinger Bands, that would be represent a buy opportunity in a lot of cases. So in this case, it did represent that. Just shot up. I mean, well above the average. So how could you have known that it was going to be the peak of TRON, and how would you have known to get out using these training wheels? As you see where my cursor is, the very peak of TRON, you see it broke out of the upper resistance line. I mean, it just skyrocketed there. But if you look down here on your stochastics, you're going to see prior to that little down move. It gives you the head fake and then bang. So this one, like I said, can be tricky. So what you want to do whenever it comes out, like, so basically it jumped back over, so you're like, oh man, it's going to go higher. But once it comes out of the upper Bollinger Band, it's take your profit right there. So that's basically the example I wanted to give on TRON, and also how to use the Bollinger Bands and the stochastics together. And I hope that made a little bit of a sense. But it can assist you just for the coin that we were talking about. Quickly try to speed this video up. I apologize. I get into this. Say this is with EthLend. So again, you can just see the motion. Broke way through here, but instantly right back up. You can see here, drop below 20 on the stochastics. Right there. Even better. Right here, you might have had that little dip, but again, it's staying below the 20. Right here, if you could have timed that right when it starts making that kind of upward movement, that's kind of where you want to put in the buy, if you can, using these charts. So right now on the lend, it is representing an oversold position. So is it a good time to buy? According to the stochastics, you see it's below the 20 and the momentum is starting to look up. So this would be a good time to, based on my technical analysis, would be a good time to get in. And again, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I'm just a guy that loves talking crypto, looking at charts, and attempting to predict future prices and trying to buy low and sell high, and hopefully it's helping you out. So again, right here, we'll see how that upturns, but I do have a position in lend now, so I'm definitely hoping that it's going into the uptrend. So that's on Coinigy. Coinigy, as I said at the beginning of this little chart segment, is they are offering a 30-day free trial. If you have an interest in technical analysis, I follow my link. I have a link in the description, and again, it's a 30-day free trial. I enjoy it. It's something that I will continue to use. Right now, they will be adding a trading functionality where you'll be able to, like, I use Binance for my trading, so I'll be able to actually execute the trades from this Coinigy platform. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to. And again, I enjoy the charts. I think it's very difficult to try to trade short term without using a chart for some type of guidance. And if you are interested, again, please follow my link. It's in the description. So back to the markets. And again, the reason why these charts I had spent so much time there is that you don't have earnings reports or any other way to really judge, especially again on a trading timeline. So you need something to give you confidence that you are getting in and out in the best positions possible. So to the markets. Today, let's see, Bitcoin actually was down a lot further this morning. It's coming back up. Again, Bitcoin it has been consolidating. So I believe a healthy Bitcoin is good for the market. It's good for psychology. It's what's bringing more money into the crypto space. So I'm always rooting for Bitcoin. Ethereum, now this one I've just walked by. This thing just keeps going up. I actually put a few more dollars towards Ethereum. you want to have some of this for the long term. Ethereum right now is the chassis that is going to propel crypto forward, at least for the foreseeable future. So you definitely want to have some exposure to Ethereum, in my opinion. Ripple, Ripple, Ripple. It's low, definitely low. If you believe in the project, the Ripple is a long-term hold, and if you believe in the project long-term, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, this right here would be an excellent price to own it at. On the short term, again, I said like in a couple days ago that I've kind of moved away on a trading. I do own some Ripple that I'll just hold on to. Just don't want to sell it, especially at these levels. So that's what's happening there. Bitcoin Cash said yesterday in the video that it was due to get a bounce due to its the pressure that it's been under, and we see that has happened, up 9.14%. Cardano, I've owned Cardano. I made money on Cardano, owned it in the 20 cents range, was able to trade it with its volatility several times. I have the Daedalus wallet downloaded. Think what they do. They're extremely smart people. Think they have a wonderful idea. I think that once it does come to the market, it is going to change many things. But like I say, you get a lot of smart people. They have some great ideas, but we just need to have some execution. So that's kind of what's missing there with Cardano, is just like, get something to market. You guys definitely look polished and definitely smarter than I think I could ever be. But that's kind of what I think that's down, is just the market is just kind of saying, show me something. Litecoin down 2%. Litecoin down at these levels. I need to look at some reports, but I always like Litecoin. I've stated that before. NEM down 10.5%. IOTA down. Stellar down. I like Stellar. Another is if you're going to buy Stellar, my recommendation is don't look to do any short-term trading with it. It's one that you believe in the tech, you believe in their vision, what the company's doing, and you're going to buy that one and hold it for the long term. Dash, Neo, just slightly off today. TRON, Tron, man, it busted through every single resistance level. Every single support level, and it finally found some way back at 10 cents, and that was a super free fall from the explosive jump that it made up to 30 cents. So using the charts, there's Tron did show us where we could get in and get out. So that's with this volatile market, without any earnings information, anything like that. If you are going to be on the short term, again, these charts are going to help us out, especially in a situation like Tron. Tron, again, I exited. I got back in yesterday, and because I believe that it will go higher in the future. So it's going to be a volatile ride. So that's what I'm doing there with Tron. I know a lot of people own that one. So again, if you're in these speculative plays that haven't really brought anything to the market yet, it's going to be a rocky ride sometimes. Just remember, when you have these triple-digit profits, to take something off the table. There's nothing wrong in taking even a 25% return. People wait a year to get a 25% return. You're able to get one in a week sometimes. Yeah, take it. You don't lose when you sell for a profit. So that's I've been talking a while, so I'm not going to really go through a whole lot else on the market this morning. I do see VeChain. I was able to get into some VeChain a little higher than I wanted, but looking at the charts, it said go, and since I've gotten into it, it's gone straight up. They have an excellent project. I've stated that in previous videos. VeChain, also Wabi, do very similar projects. They're both, I think, up over $5, holding those levels, and they're good projects. So take a look at those if you wish, but I think you might want some exposure to them sooner rather than later. And that's what I have today. Again, it's a good day to be in crypto, good time to be in crypto. We are again at the tip of the spear, so congratulations to all of you. I would like to say thank you again for listening to the channel. I hope you found some value in the information that was provided today. If you did, please click on the like button, subscribe so you can get notified when the new videos will be released. May the markets move in your favor. And stay profitable, friends. This is Tyrone. Have a wonderful day.